Dude, I was looking at some new mom.
All right, freshmen, settle down a little bit.
And I found this one video. I submitted one. Last name with that thing on. You know, it's probably freezing in here this morning. Probably not. Pretty nice. I don't want to go there when my brother comes. Caleb. He worked there. Never. Hey, Mr. D, can you float that? Why did you take a class? Well, he's right there. Huh?
He started making bronzes a couple years ago.
Alright, so what do you got left?
No,
Labs?
He's got a pheasant head on top of a stopper for a wine bottle.
Labs 7.
Those are selling.
finally found you.
7?
Is my back sweaty? Look how hard it is to find it sometimes.
Well, if you were on time, you know.
I have to go talk to some mom.
Alright, so you have a lab?
I have 6 classes.
Oh, yeah, 2. You ready? Okay, go. Have what?
It does.
Mr. Schneider, I didn't understand where biologist power was.
Yeah.
I do.
I'm really aware.
It says I turned that in.
Thanks.
You can go sit back there somewhere. Martha. Yeah.
Excuse me for watching this one. Yeah, do you want to rock it up like it looks like you? Yes, it does.
She totally reminds me of Brittany.
Yeah.
This girl is loud.
Where do you want me to put the fan?
She can go from laughing to mad in like half a heartbeat.
Who? Schneider, where can I put the fan? Right on me.
Right about here.
On the floor.
Back where? Do you want it?
Sit here. I know how to operate the fan.
Alright.
There you
I know how to operate a fan.
go.
If I already like submitted an assignment to that one, it was on accident.
You're gonna turn it in again.
That was yesterday.
I wasn't
It's
there.
like resubmit this assignment.
A whole bunch of them.
No, I don't.
Okay, so where's this at?
I turned in a whole bunch of them.
About 2 blocks from the school.
We just submitted in there was
Right
right
on Main
right?
Street.
It's important. Well, they didn't charge their computers. Well, then put it on the revision.
This is my kid. I actually do that every night for the computers. Lena, this was my cooking last semester.
I was going to. I will block it.
Hey.
Well,
I do not feel like
Gamers like final one.
Oh!
I love that. Yeah, I had that made.
so,
Are we gonna watch this?
no, we're not gonna watch biology. That's their class today.
But I want to teach biology.
Hey, Brecken gave you that.
Yeah, I'm right there too.
Brecken
See how
realized
hard
that
mine
I
is?
was the
Lindsay.
Two clicks.
I have to actually type mine in.
81 notifications, jeez. Better check your notifications.
You're popular.
Swivl machines.
Oh, I need to turn mine in right now. I have to.
7.
Wait, where are we
Swivl
at?
machines design.
Good. What was the name?
3.
I found Brecken.
Why did you put this up?
What's Swivl Machines design?
Yeah,
Is that the
That's not our class.
You didn't even know that wasn't your class?
that's what happened.
This is our class. The other one was juniors.
I was gonna say, when did you put
The
that
last one was
Your
juniors.
conversions are not in there. There's only 14 of them.
I got it.
This
This
is
is
not
not
what
what
we
we
did.
Right.
I wasn't here for
Your
that.
infographics are due.
I turned mine in.
That's the PowerPoint thing.
That's the one slide in PowerPoint, yes.
Okay.
Not turned in. 4.
Right, you should refresh it. Shall refresh.
I guess we know who one of the 4 was, huh?
Wait.
Martha. Oh, wait, what the email say? That's
I'm gonna close my computer. Cause Dylan was
Hey,
not
you
going over there. Just ignore it. I know.
Sorry,
But
Martha.
I'm not
Still says
I
13.
really have a name for that one. It's just
Good.
good name.
Alright, you should be getting mine.
Wait, where did we turn this in at? In the orange file. I don't see that.
The left one.
I
Get Brent.
You never showed me how to do that because you didn't slow down yesterday. I'm plugging into the first place. I need to fade out. I need to fade out.
Are those the only people that have turned them in?
To play in the Holy cow, there
What did you all want on this? Because they have not put
69, 16.
Yeah, you take all these slides and look at it.
Yes, yes, I know that.
Jerry, what do you want to look at?
All right, can you refresh, please?
You have to write down what it is.
Which hoodie should I?
Hi, Heather.
It is. After you get yourself a college degree, then you can call this by the first one.
Was it 11 by 16 or 8? Go on that.
It's,
Guys, I want to get this sweatshirt.
Okay.
it's 11 and a quarter by, anybody remember what the heck it was exactly?
11 and a quarter by 8.7 by 16.5.
There you go.
Wait, I thought you wanted 11 by like.
Where should I get?
That's what it said by 18.
That's what I said out loud. And wrote in here.
Okay. Yeah, no, in here too.
How do we set that up?
Green? That's
Very
32 right there.
White
Oh,
one.
okay, okay.
Not with this.
And was it the infographic? Is that where we put the number?
It says 11 by 18.
Yeah. It's like. I don't care, as long as you have one of the two numbers that we put up.
Okay, I did 11 by 18. Are you leaving, Emily?
Change this up?
I'm not dealing. I thought you said I'm not dealing. Well, I'm not dealing well either. Why?
Sure, what do you need, Marcy?
You know, it's Marsha, or
Marcia?
or anything, just that you can come up with. Okay, you have it now. I got Brian.
And then I think you'll probably understand it's like Call of Duty. Yeah, it's like, they don't know in the first place. You know phase range, Justin, you know phase range. You know phase range. What?
Do a file thing there.
You're funny. I like this.
Optics better.
Racing?
Yeah.
What?
Optics is better.
No.
What's on? I might need to.
Oh my god. You're making fun of me.
Lamp in it, you don't have a lamp.
Oh.
This one here.
Here, what you doing after school?
Lamp, yeah.
Here.
The objective.
It's even plugged in.
Hey, hey, hey,
It
hey.
is.
Yep.
Then
When
going to
somebody
use.
dies, you have to give it a minute or six. Alright, people, stuff in the aisleway. Violation of a science fire law.
We should do a fire drill.
It should be under you or
You have to
over there.
die anyway.
How about in that tray?
Or
Another.
in another chair.
Right there.
Ooh, so I can
Right
do
there.
this.
As long as it's not somewhere where somebody's gonna trip on it. Now,
Oh,
infographics are done and
yes.
in.
Yes.
Do we wanna do presentations on them?
No.
Why not?
I don't
This-
care.
What they were
Because mine is very cool.
Kind of.
Emily will like.
That's not the way I would do it, but that's fine. But it's in, there's no right
There's
or
no
wrong.
right or wrong.
That's how Emily showed me, and that's how I showed them.
You can see that in Moto. How to do the PowerPoint thing.
Well, we
So-
had more stuff on there throughout the year ago.
No.
Who wants their assignment put on the board?
No.
I will be fine with that.
Emily will, just Emily.
Guess who answered that? Same person that answered all of that.
I need a desk in front of me.
This is
Hey,
Saturday.
mine's up there.
I'm gonna pull all the water here, fill up.
Mine's all colorful.
Yours might
Slide
completely.
size 11 by 13, right?
Or
18.
You can't even read it, Emily. It's like in a different language.
That's because it's a preview. This I was to make that, if I was to print that on 11 by 18 paper,
You use a lot of black.
it'd be big enough, wouldn't it?
Why couldn't we just do a PowerPoint?
You did.
Just one slide. I'm like, you need like 14. If you told me to do a PowerPoint and stuff, I would have liked that. Can't do it anymore.
It's not working.
It needs to go.
We'll hit down there and see what happens.
No.
No, just see. Side should keep down, stay all the way to my.
Hey, Flynn, turn the camera.
It is hollow.
Yes, Slim.
I was about to do that, but I think I might just zoom instead and share. See how hard it is to join the Zoom meeting?
Yeah.
If you're homesick, you should do this.
Are you gonna live there?
You stop
I'm on there. How do you do that?
Oh my gosh, it's like such a delay.
Where is it?
That didn't slap
This is
me.
another room. Bottom place here.
Did you need it?
She did. Where's that other room?
Oh my gosh, 4 seconds.
Oh, where is that at?
Is that it? It should say what I learned in physical science. Oh, it's not. That's what I have to say. Oh, my G2A.
It's like a vampire.
Oh, I'm.
I like the presentation do better.
It's New York.
Freshman?
Yeah.
About time to serious up.
Yes.
Serious up.
Clearly you're not serious enough. So we
That's
have,
interesting.
What?
we have slope,
Are you talking about my thing?
we have work formula, we have all of the parts of the work formula labeled with their actual words instead of the letters.
She got the letters on there too, but she told me.
We have
You know
ideal
what I really
mechanical
like about
advantage.
this?
What?
You know what I really like about this?
What?
It's not balanced. It's balanced, but it's, I mean, you didn't choose to just use the same size box the whole way through. You gave us a variety of things to look at. Visually, it looks really, really cool.
I just kind of did what fit the text.
If you were able to save this on your screen as a picture, you could just click on anytime you wanted. Would it be nice to have all these things in different colors?
No.
Would you get to know that the work formula is green after a while?
Yeah.
And that ideal mechanical advantage down here, you get to know which ones are which color and, oh crap, I need that formula and I know what's in the blue box. That's not a bad idea.
Thank you.
There's a lot of people that take notes in different colored pens.
I have 3 different colors,
I used to do that in American
all over the
history.
place.
I did that in. I have blue.
I have 3 different classes, I have 3 different colors.
Hey, what color are we?
Blue.
Yay!
Physical science is blue.
I got it.
So, this is one way. Raise your hand, be honest. Raise your hand if you just made a whole bunch of lists.
I know. I labeled my
That's-
list.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty plain and boring, but it's also pretty common. A lot of people do things that way. Just make a list. Does that help you remember things when everything's in a list?
You could say, oh, number, I know what number this one is.
Maybe, if you use it enough. This was meant to be a memory tool. This is meant to be a work in progress. Do you know how to take a picture off your screen?
Yes. Screenshot.
Do you know how to do a screenshot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to do like alt print screen or shift print screen or something?
Well, I already have it.
Do you guys see how mine
I need
looks?
to do that.
I got how to do it.
It's
Looks like
a
this.
FN,
Yeah.
and then the window thing, and then insert.
You wanna see what mine looks like?
And I don't think you need the window thing. I think you can just do this and then.
See, you do FN, the window thing, and then insert.
Okay. And then where's that go?
It goes into the screenshot, it saves its own file.
I wanna see, how do you screenshot again?
Oh, here. Should be in pictures.
It should be in down, oh, yeah. Oh, I did it.
There you go. So you could get this arranged on your screen as big as you need it, as small as you need it, whatever. and then take a screenshot, and then throw it on your desktop or something, and then you would know?
Right there.
Both of these. And that one.
All at
It
the
says
same time.
insert.
FN stars
Yeah, those two.
Can you put that on my photo?
The how to do a screenshot?
No, like, you want us to have that.
No, I want you to do that with yours. Now, here's the deal, people.
I need to do mine.
You should screenshot yours, and if you need to redo yours, if you need to modify, if we go over some things and then you want to add to it, if we start a new unit and you want to make a new one, all of those are options. None of those are bad. Okay? Questions on this assignment? Are they all in now?
The one you're talking about turned in, is that Mrs. Keller's
Who
thing?
did this one?
Emily.
This one's Emily.
How do you do this?
Hey, Emily, question for you. Why did you choose a black background?
Because then you could see like the colors better. What F do you use? Did you hear me? Hey!
I did, yep.
I think so.
You like use my picture.
No, I don't think these two.
Working.
How do you do this?
I think so, Brock.
Control, or no, FN.
Yeah,
And
that,
then that.
That one.
the word one,
Simple Machines Infographic.
that's the one we did like Monday or something.
Yep.
Yeah,
Insert
Wait, I thought that was
at the same time.
No? I'll just this way.
Now, this is the one we did last time. This is the one that we killed a whole bunch of time on something that didn't really work very good.
I was the person who killed something.
Time. And there are 14 of these turned in, which means there's 3 of them that are not.
Megan wasn't here that day.
And it's still gotta be turned in.
Are you looking
Hold
at
on, Jesse.
Nope.
Hold your horses on.
Reckon you told me you had that in. When it's turned in? Yeah, because you asked me if you needed help. I asked you if you needed help again.
So,
It's screenshotting. You should probably say no, I got it.
here's the next thing that we need to do.
Not now.
Yeah, now.
No, she wasn't. No, I was like,
I know.
I mean, I'm not
I know.
very glad.
We're gonna pick on somebody here. I think we should pick on the student of the month.
Yeah. Yeah, we should.
turn in?
Oh.
another month is
Not
good.
100% sure these are right.
Yeah, I'm not.
Hey, Mr. Schneider. Mr. Schneider.
What do we think here?
You have to highlight there for only like 10 minutes of class that day.
I know,
You don't need
I know. That makes it homework. It's still gotta be done on time.
But I didn't get it.
It's still gotta be done on time. Okay? Freshmen, do you wanna learn from somebody else's mistake, or do you wanna wait until you screw it up?
Hey, you should learn from someone else.
Hey, when you miss a day of class, when you
Is
miss,
the conversion complete if they don't do the entire map out?
no, we need answers.
Wait,
And hang on a second, Mary, let me
last week
finish.
you said
Let me
you don't
finish,
care.
let me finish, let me finish. When you miss a day of school, the world does not stop. You do not have 6 months to make it up. You need to get your stuff done. You need to stay on time with everybody else. If it's at all possible, you need to have your work done at the same time as everybody else. If it's not, you need to let me know ahead of time. Don't show up in class with your work not done and not having contacted me. That is bad. If you had a job and you did that, you might not have a job anymore. If you're gone and you're sick and you just can't make it up the next day and you have 17,000 reasons why, I need to know that before you show up in class. Otherwise, I'm gonna be mad. Are we listening?
Yeah, I am.
Okay? That's not your school policy, is it? Your school policy says if you miss a day, you get a day to make it up. Wait a second, we don't have class every day.
So technically,
If you
that's
missed
2
my
days.
class on Wednesday, you did have a day to make it up. Didn't you?
Yesterday.
Or is that something we need to argue about? Yeah,
But you
So-
weren't here to help anybody.
that's right, but I got a phone,
And
and it's hooked on my belt almost all the time.
I attached to you.
And I got everything on my TV is going through my DVR, so I can hit pause and I can talk to you. I don't believe in commercials anymore. I'd rather watch it on the wrong day and not have to watch the commercials. I really don't care. Use that. You can text if you want to, you can send an email if you want to, it doesn't make any difference. My phone vibrates 2 times and that's it.
I just sent you a message.
If I'm out running around with my dog, I might miss it, so if it's been a half hour and I didn't get back to you, send another one. It's okay. Freshman,
Yeah, he runs the
freshman. Good Lord. I'm trying to talk to you, shut up. Does that work? If you send me a text and I don't get it, I might be running with my dog. When pheasant season starts, I might be out hunting with my dog. I have actually stopped and put my gun down and answered questions for kids in the middle of hunting. I'm not gonna tell you I'm gonna do that every time. But if I don't get back to you, I might need a reminder, send another one. It's okay. Brent, we're about to have an issue. Now, back to the math. Back to the conversions. Is this one done properly?
I don't know.
Well, did she start with the given information? Did she make sure it has the top and the bottom? Did she put in a time sign and fraction bar and cancel the label? So inches got canceled and turned into feet. And then she stopped and said, hey, wait a minute, do we want feet in our answer? And the answer is?
No.
So then we put down a time sign, fraction bar, cancel the label. And then we change feet into yards. Is that what we wanted?
Do
Yeah.
what you were doing before. You have to get the stop.
Oh, yeah.
And then we kind of need an equal sign, right?
So that's better than what you're doing right now.
And if I download
When I
this,
look at this slide, I don't even see.
is this
what I'm
done in the
supposed to
formula
say.
editor or not?
Just like a map.
It says Word Online.
How come, Mary?
Somebody explained to me how okay, so explain how you got the .08333333.
I don't know.
There's 17 of you sat there and looked at that and nobody pointed it out?
Well, I was questioning it, but I thought that she knew her stuff because she's doing one, so.
Oh, yeah.
Emily.
You should question everything all the time.
And remember, guys, I'm not good at math, so when I look at something and it strikes me as being wrong, I have to question it until somebody can explain it to me.
And that's the deal. If it's right and you don't understand it, you best be questioning it and find out. If it's wrong,
You might be
And you don't
absolutely correct, but
understand
I don't understand how you got the number, so can you help me out there?
what should this be?
Well, is it 1 foot is 1,200, right?
All day long, right?
Yeah.
1 foot is 12 inches, no matter what time of the day it is?
Yeah.
Cool. I still want to know how you got the .083333.
That's a good question. Do you know where that number came from?
Look, it still has my slide. How come I can't see?
Is there this many feet in an inch?
No, I did. Is it not working?
What happens if you take 1 and divide it by 12?
Where'd you get that?
Did you get that number right
There's
there?
nothing in there.
I don't know.
I don't know. Somebody do it.
I'm checking.
Turn this on.
No, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
That's what you get?
Yep.
Yeah.
So she did it upside down. She took 1 divided by 12 and put that down there. And it should have been 1 on the top and 12 on the bottom, which is really 1 divided by 12. She must have just hit equals,
You have no like.
something, okay?
But that's still right, that's still correct.
No, because this isn't a conversion factor. The thing in between the 2 time signs should be a conversion factor. And in order to be a conversion factor, the top and the bottom have to be,
Equal.
yeah, exactly the same, equal.
But
And
she's
that
doing
many
it from
inches
the
and 1
bottom.
feet are not equal.
I don't have a light.
1 foot
Well,
means we absolutely have to have 12 inches on the bottom. What if that
so
was,
we always have to have, you're saying a 1 on the bottom?
no, we always have to have the same thing on the top and the bottom. So 1 foot is the same thing as blank inches. That's what that number should be.
Alright, so visually, Slim, is it okay to just simply move the top to the next bond?
No. With the
I'm
labels,
always done by
yes.
the label going to the bottom on the next conversion, but
Yes.
not the amount.
With the labels, yes. With the numbers, no. You always have to go
See
refigure
that
the
one
numbers.
is, oh yeah, you got a pen.
That's why I said, you need to stop and check yourself here quite often. When I do factor label problems, I do all of the labels all the way to the end. And then I go back and I put in all of the ones. Remember I said the metric system was a bunch of BS, big and small? The big label gets the small number. The small label gets the big number. There's 1 big and 1 small. That's why it's BS. So you can just simply remember that, and then go through and do all your labels, then go through and do all your ones, and then stop. In between every time sign, you have to have the same on the top as you have on the bottom. So if I download this, and that would allow me to make changes to it. Scroll down here and find it. Make it so you can actually read it on the screen.
Do it, leave that one up there, honey, if you can, but do them underneath, please.
Sure.
Can you do that?
All day long.
Awesome. That'll allow me to see the difference between the two.
So, maybe I should do this. And this. What's the black number? What's the original?
The one that you showed me the given.
That's the given information, right? What's the red thing?
Oh, Mr. Detterman, this one's better than my last
That's a
one.
conversion factor.
Better than your last one?
Like, this microscope is better than the
Conversion
one I used
factors
the
have to
other
be
day.
funny looking ones.
Yeah.
The top and the bottom have to be equal. In order to make 1 foot on the top equal to the bottom in inches, we
Can you
need
look at something?
12 inches. Alright.
Oh,
In order to
like,
make 1 yard on the top, we need,
I can't really get it. Wait.
1 foot is the same thing as 1 yard.
Which one you're looking for?
Well, it's like
3
like
feet is the
down
same thing
and
as
to
1
the
yard.
right.
Yeah.
Metaphase? Is
More
that
changes?
Alright,
or is that
so I have a
anaphase?
question, and again, whose is this?
Well, the one is splitting, they are, yeah, down to the right, that is,
Why did you go from
Right here.
inches to feet to yards?
Oh, I need
Oh, never mind, I
metaphase.
just answered my own
Well, that
question, I
one
said it
won't
out
go.
loud and I went there. I was sitting there thinking that you should have gone to yards before you went to feet, but never mind, I'm an idiot.
Hey,
I said it out loud, and as soon as I said it out loud, I knew it was a silly question.
sometimes you have to ask the question before you know the answer, and you don't even need somebody else to answer the question. Just the mere
Well, I'm
act
like
of
the queen of
asking,
that, I'll ask anything.
just the mere act of formulating that question though, helps you to solidify things in your brain. Questioning is a skill, not something you're born with. That's why,
Okay, but I
Or-
assume
Unless you're
this
Pandora.
isn't done yet though, right?
no, we don't have an answer yet. We know that between the inches on the top and the inches on the bottom, they cancel. Feet on top, feet on the bottom cancel, we have yards.
Yeah.
We need an equal sign. And then we need to go to equation tools and fraction and get that one. And then we have to take 12 times 1 times 1. And then we have to take 1 times 12 times 3. This is me asking you to
Oh, you're
tell me what
asking
you
for
write.
36.
Alright. And then what's the label?
Yard.
Oh,
Does that go on the top
why
and
I'm
the bottom?
asking to tell me if you got there.
Nice.
Why'd you do that?
I hit up. It went left. I don't know why. Don't paste. Don't paste, that's bad.
Don't paste.
Yeah,
Paste.
I pasted. Control V. And now
All
we're
right,
good?
here's me again. Is that still done?
I'm getting one no. Question, what's the label for the 36? There are no labels on the bottom. All the labels on the bottom canceled each other out.
You have to simplify it.
We still need to simplify, so we need another equal
Okay.
sign, and
And then fraction.
I like mine. Mine divided by 6, 2 over. Oh, you can divide by 1. Or divide by 12. Yeah, 1 over
3.
Where am I gonna find another
third.
phrase?
is this wrong?
No.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Does it matter where that label is?
Oh, I get it.
They gotta be all,
I'm sitting here wondering what it was that you had done for me, but now I get it. Can somebody put that into English for me? What have you done for me? Right, you simplified that last fraction, but why did we do any of this at all? That's the math part that I always had a hard time with. I wanted somebody to explain why we did what we did. Why did I care?
Because
find anything?
you may need to like measure something on a yardstick, but it's like, I don't know. I feel it.
How about having a conversation with the guy about how far away something is?
Like that.
Like
The
that.
guy.
How far is the TV from the corner?
Far enough.
Sometimes you're gonna get inches and sometimes you're gonna get feet. Sometimes you might get yards, right? How far is Allison from the door?
Oh, about 10.
That's
10
like
feet?
2 of her strides.
Are you sure it's not 3 yards?
I was gonna say 2 yards.
What's the difference between 10 feet and 3 yards?
1 foot.
Yeah.
About 12 inches. You have to use a different label.
Why?
Then we have all 3 labels? Yeah. I'm messing with you. You don't have to.
All right, so here's my question though. And I don't want to lead anybody astray, but seems to me that with this particular conversion, we've kind of left common sense in the background. Would we ever need to make this conversion?
No.
Yeah.
Because if, I'll be honest with you, if my husband told me that I needed to go 1/3 yards, I'm gonna yell at him.
130 yards.
1/3.
It should have been like inches here.
Go 1/3 of a yard to your left. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna yell at him, because then I'm gonna have to figure out what 1/3 of a yard is.
Then it doesn't
Mr.
make sense.
Detterman,
It's like, it's 1 foot.
is this
Yeah.
med
It
phase
is. And everybody knows what a foot is, right?
like kind of by
Well,
the
This and this.
pointer?
Well, not people, like other parts of the world.
Yeah, Subway.
That's one cell, they're all in the
All right.
road.
Actually, that's only 11
You
inches.
can see
I told you at the
the,
beginning of this, you had to learn how to do this math because
right here, really good, right?
I don't
So
know.
we don't use common sense.
stoichiometry and chemistry. When you get to stoichiometry and chemistry, you have to learn all kinds of funky chemistry stuff, and periodic table stuff, and bonding stuff, and math stuff. And we can knock one of those off of there. So that you already know how to do this when you get to that. It makes things easier. It's also a little bit of logic. It's a little bit of following rules. It's a little bit of figuring out what you got and figuring out what you can change it into. And those are good things for your brain. That sounds a little bit like finding things on the internet, doesn't it? I tried this word, I tried this word, I tried these two words together, I still didn't find what I wanted. Now I gotta try 2 different words together or 3 words together. So, I think we need to have you practice.
Well, I have another question if you don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
I do too when Mary's done with her question.
Alright,
You know how like in math you have to like memorize like squares? Like we should have all of our squares memorized up to what, like 12, 14, something like that, right?
yep.
Are there certain conversion factors that they should have on their infographics that they should just know?
That's a good question.
Inches to centimeters.
Oh, why is that recording
You
me?
should just know that.
Inches to centimeters is one that is preferred. I
So
think
they
you
should
need to
know?
stop doing that.
I probably would say
When I went looking on the internet for conversion factors, I found some are preferred and some are not. Some have been officially okayed by the International Metric System Board or something like that.
Really?
And some haven't.
Is there a word for that? There's a board
Yeah,
for
there is.
everything. That's really nerdy.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, what?
So it's Weird Al.
Metric system.
When you're bored, go to YouTube and look up Weird Al Yankovic and Nerdy.
What?
Nerdy.
Oh, nerdy. I'd rather not.
He's got a song. It's hilarious.
I know he has songs.
So,
So
We need to move on.
inches to centimeters, are there any others?
Gallons. You should find what the International Metric Alliance or whatever the heck that is says for volume.
That's not right.
Should you convert gallons to milliliters or liters?
Liters. Milliliters.
I know that's what's on the back of the toilet, but does that mean it's right?
Gallons to liters.
Yes, the toilets never lie.
Right.
Toilets never lie.
I don't think I've ever heard that one before.
Wait, toilets lie?
Is that what you just said? Well, you have number 36.
Now look at the
Conversion table?
This is
NIST.gov.
Sure, it's inside out.
I know, I'm spinning it.
No.
Oh, those, oh,
Heather, you had a question too, didn't you? Yeah, I don't know if I'm
What?
gonna ask it though.
Manuel's got it.
Some nice ad, yeah.
Mrs. Taylor, what's your question?
I'm like, I seem kind of squirrely today.
I got them all right. Do you average the
Is it really Friday?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, we should practice this word.
Go ahead, Heather. You can't mess anything up any more than it already is.
There's no stupid question. We have stupid answers.
Well, I have a couple questions. So you guys, we don't expect you to know which conversions are going to be the most useful to you for the rest of the class, right? Because that's the future. You have no idea what we're going to cover and learn, right?
Yes.
Other than it's physical science. Yeah? Or is there someone in here who can tell the future? Am I wrong? Yes. Okay. So if you guys are going online and looking something up over and over again, like centimeters to inches, what can you do to make your life easier?
Memorize it. Write it on your hand.
Memorize it.
Oh,
Write
hand
it
in
on
the
your
back,
hand.
I like the hand. Yes.
Yes.
You can figure out, or you can memorize that the conversion factor is 2.54 for inches to centimeters, and then you can just, use a calculator.
Perfect.
Memorizing words.
put
What
it
if
in
you're
your
like me and you
infographic.
can't memorize?
Put it somewhere where you can remember it.
You're in
So
trouble.
it's memorized, 2.54, you know it, done. You don't have to keep going back to the internet.
Your computer has sticky notes on it, right?
Or you do like my mom put it
Or have it on my
Or you just made a document. Nobody chiseled it in stone. It's in PowerPoint. You could add to it. You don't necessarily have to
Yeah,
redo
guys, the
it.
purpose of that infographic wasn't just to give you busy work
So now we
and
have
make you
what?
do a project so we could all like laugh after you guys leave. Look at all this work they did. What a time waster. No way, we want you guys to use this, right? This is something that we want you to be able to go back to and go, oh yeah, where's that? Like on Emily's that was shown earlier. Like she can go back now and look at certain equations and have them right there without having to go look it up.
Did that one. Over here. Alright,
Kind of like a cheat
so
sheet.
in this one, you're gonna see, yeah, you're gonna see two
Ooh, what
cells.
if we told you you could use your infographic on your
And
phone?
they look like
Sorry, I don't know
they're
if we're gonna allow that or not.
already split.
Sorry, Shannon.
Cause this one got,
I am
Aaron has
against
kinda started
memorizing.
already.
So it looks like there's almost two cells.
Yeah.
Oh, I can understand that there's
So some
lying
of
here
these
that
that are just divided will look like they're one.
Would you go back and have some things on there? Or would you go, whatever, it's Friday, you quiet Mrs. Keller, we're in South Dakota, you're in Columbus, do Buckeye. I think that's the response that we're getting right now.
No, I think that's pretty much directed at everything and everybody. Yes, she did.
Hey.
And the boys missed it because they weren't paying attention.
I couldn't hear her.
What she said?
Buckeyes, but
Her.
Coming back later.
All right. The bell just rang, so we got about 50 minutes of class left, right?
Yes.
48 or something like that.
You want all of these? You see roughly over there?
5 after and you get over at 52.
Yeah, but.
Wait, I don't need them?
I don't know, you want them? They're laying over
I
there.
don't know. I don't think that I need them if I have them.
Not go near
Yeah,
court
you
soccer.
We didn't want to look at that before we argue.
He just plays court. Just grade something, get him over.
Mr. Detterman,
He said it smelled like a cookie. Well, that was funny.
if I got
I'm
100
being a
on
bad
this,
partner here. Ladies, I apologize.
No, it's, would you mind pulling up that math activity that you
what
were
did I
talking
get
about
overall
before?
with the two
Yeah,
together?
that's what I'm in the middle of
Was
right
it,
now.
You know, with the
Yeah,
two
that's
together.
thrown out. You got that grade.
Oh,
Why did I get a -4 there for my banana?
because we
Because you
didn't
have-
do all the steps.
You have
It was
to follow, you
honest,
have to
right?
have the
Honest.
magnification, you
I
have to have
like
the
to
estimated
try to
dimensions
guess
in,
what you were thinking when you did this.
Yeah, we
And I'd like the rest of the class to
I
follow
still look
just
pretty
follow
good.
all
We're
of
gonna try
it,
to see
yeah.
inside your
You
brain
didn't
real quick,
follow
is that
all of it.
okay?
There's nothing there.
Hannah, look, I'm finding things.
Only
Did
because
you
it's
know you
Friday.
should just look? You have to look for it.
Lana got elected student of the month today by the teachers.
She won it.
Oh, Lana, congratulations. And next time correct me when I say your name wrong.
No, it's
Okay,
okay.
we
It's not
boys
Lana,
student
it's
month and girls
Diana.
student month.
Yeah, we could.
I want to make sure the kids don't get the one that says key on it.
Oh, why not?
It'll be okay if we do. I mean, I don't really think
Like
anyone
the
would
one to the
fail.
left of the pointer,
All right, is that the right
It's
place
late
in that
in the
document,
face.
Ms. Keller?
you see how it
Yes,
looks
perfect.
in the lead? See the little
So
fibers
Lana,
to the
you
left
have
of
at the
it?
top, 1 foot,
And
and
then
then
it-
that top one that we were talking about, the, not the
Yeah.
colored one, but the original one. 1 foot
And
over
then they
zero
would
point
put their
zero eight
separating
three three three
Or
three
the
three.
lungs and then when it.
So,
I still
my
think
question for
it's
the class is, what was she thinking? What was going on inside that brain? Because
What's new?
Right.
It's a strange place.
It-
Well, she was saying how many feet were probably in the yard, but how many yards are in the foot that was down there, so she put 1 yard equals that one.
I'm gonna use this one from now on.
Is that loud enough for them to hear you?
Yeah, what was that?
No, you didn't.
I know.
Say it again.
You don't need a point to get around.
Come on, say it again.
Okay, so, she's trying to figure out
she's trying to figure out if the, or she was converting yards. So she took the 1 yard and converted.
Yeah, we have a technical issue with our sound.
Okay,
Oh, good.
is it better?
Mr. Schneider.
Yeah,
Quiet, no talking.
well, we could hear you now, we couldn't hear her when she was speaking at all.
Let me do that. Try speaking again.
Okay. So she was converting the yards into feet to see how many yards were in that foot. And she took the yards and she figured out how many feet were in that, or in the 1 yard. If that makes sense.
Did that work better?
Right, yes, and I heard that beautifully, thank you. So what's going on with the 1 feet over 0.083333 inches? What does that mean? How does that relate to the yards and the feet? And how might that be a conversion factor? It's not. But what was Lana thinking? Because, I saw this a lot on a lot of your guys' work, actually, so this isn't just her.
Probably converting how many.
I'm gonna tell you what I told Mr. Moore on the gun and use my calculator.
What would they say?
She was probably thinking how many inches are in 1 foot. She was thinking how many
Feet or.
feet are in 1 inch.
No, I was gonna say you're just thinking.
Right, so what happens when you go on Google and you type in feet to inches and then you put in 1 for feet? What do you get for inches?
That.
Well,
You,
we can't search. Well, you
You
didn't
can now,
follow.
for this.
Technically, I can use this because it's not a phone, it's an iPad.
Are you answering the question that was asked?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I heard someone say 12, which is right. You put in 1 for feet and you get inches. What about when you put in 1 for inch?
What? 1 per inch?
Like 1 for an inch and then, or it's still 1 foot, or is it 12? Wait, what?
Yeah. Like what?
Say that again louder.
Me?
Yeah. You get 0.083333.
And how do you get that number? What do you put in for inches and what do you put in, well,
You put in 1 inch and 1 foot.
you put in 1 for
1 divided by
inch
12.
and then it poops out in the feet, right? Or I shouldn't say poops, that's gross.
It's all right.
It poops
They're
out
freshmen,
in
they're gross too.
the feet.
Oh, they're gross too, thanks. So we're just.
That number, right? So when we know that 1 inch equals 0.083333 feet, but it doesn't work both ways, right, guys? We have to make sure we're putting in 1 per foot, and then looking at how many inches. That's the amount we want.
And also, this is the result of math, and we want a conversion factor, we don't want math. We want just a conversion factor here. You shouldn't even be thinking about a calculator yet, until you get to the end and you write down an equal sign.
So,
Then you can grab a calculator. And Mary, let me just squeeze this in.
sure.
This
Go.
number right here is exactly why we don't touch a calculator or even think about it until after the whole thing is written out, and we double check to make sure that the labels all cancel each other and the top equals the bottom.
So that'd be 12 inches on the bottom.
Because it should be 12 inches on the bottom, but she did it. She put 1 foot over 12 inches and then she did the math. And then she stuck the answer in there instead of the 12 inches.
Lana, did you do that? I'm curious. This is why I said I was trying to get inside your head. Did you do the calculation first and that's where your error came from? Or did you put in 1 for inches?
No, I did the
And then you
calculation.
got the amount of feet and then you put the feet down in there by accident?
I told you this is my 20th time teaching this class. I know a couple of things.
Yeah.
I've seen these errors before. I've seen other kids do these same
Okay, that's
things
how I did
before.
19.
Well, you can
Like
type it in
that.
both ways. You can go 1 divided by 12, which would be that, and then 12 divided by 1 is just 12.
Well, yeah.
That's how kind of I think I did mine.
So, Mary, did you need something else?
I'm not certain that we've heard Lana's answer yet.
She,
To Heather's question.
she agreed with what I just said.
Yeah.
She was nodding her head and saying yes. And I probably don't have you pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, darn it. Is that, Lana, is that I'm not there in person and I'm not 6'4"? Is that why you said it, Mr. Schneider was right?
You're not saying that just because I'm here,
Kind of.
are you?
Yeah.
So, Mrs. Keller, if I'm grabbing what you're saying, because again, I look at this as a visual and as a word problem, if we lose track of the labels, we're going to end up causing a problem somewhere. Exactly. And that's what I was trying to get at. Don't mix up those inches and feet. When you type in 1 for something, make sure it's the right thing. Like, we want that 1 on the feet, not on the inches.
One has to
That's
go
all I
on the
was
big
trying
one,
to say.
big and small.
The end. I'm done for
Okay,
now.
so you have 3 problems to do, and they are in Edmodo, and I want you to do them on your own. I do not want you to Google things or big things. I do not want you to whip out your phone and do stuff on your calculator. I want you to do stuff right there, in the spreadsheet, all by yourself, no help, no looking over the next guy's shoulder, especially you.
How to calculate.
Don't make me tie your hair to your chair, so you can't do that anymore.
What's with everybody here?
And, time out, I think you should be able to do these in about 5 minutes.
What?
I'm gonna bet you can.
20 bucks says I can't.
You have a lot of faith in us.
Here's what I really need. In order to make this work, in order to help make sure that everybody gets this before the end of the class period, you have to have the first one done in 5 minutes.
What?
The first one. The first one is blue, right?
Oh.
Yeah, that's fun.
You have to have the blue one done in 5 minutes. Go. No talking.
Oh man. What the heck? Hey Lynn, there's nothing given to. Oh, this is totally.
What are you looking at?
No, you should not use your examples. You should puzzle your way through this. Logic. Math.
Mr. Schneider, I'm dumb.
I gave you a hint in red.
Hey.
Days, like what?
We don't need that many boxes to go, do we?
Yeah, we do.
These are the photo, right?
I'm not smart at that.
Heather,
Yeah, I just.
Rock has a big yellow M on his phone.
Go blue.
Ooh. This ain't no fun.
What happened?
He has a big yellow M on his blue phone.
It
Michigan.
won't let me type in the boxes.
I know that you guys want me to get really mad, but whatever. I'm just so confident in the Buckeyes this year that.
I could literally
Listen to
stand
me.
outside of her building
Sure you did.
and shoot an arrow,
Hey,
maybe
I'm wearing my
3
high school
times
shirt
and hit the
today.
shoot.
Mr. Schneider, this team is better, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
There's a logic. It's like a horse.
Mr. Schneider, will you help me?
I will not help you.
What? Pencil and paper.
No, you may not use pencil and paper.
I don't even know how many
And I don't know
seconds
what
is
to do.
one-
Can I just
one
put
day.
numbers in?
People,
Then I don't know what to do.
you can't change time.
I don't know.
I don't even know how many
What does
seconds
it
is
say?
one day.
It says
Bring
days.
Mr. Moore in
I'm
here.
sorry, Mary, what?
I'm gonna go to Mr. Moore.
I'm gonna go to Mr. Ryan.
them all these boxes? Are they required to use all the boxes?
The boxes are correct.
Okay.
Alright, so I have like all this stuff wrote out. I'm on the equal. Can I use the calculator now?
No,
Oh wait, yeah, we have that thingy.
you're in a spreadsheet. You do not need a calculator.
I know. I just remembered contacts.
I'm gonna run off to the rest real quick.
Do you convert years to seconds?
Oh boy, no cheating.
We will come through the computer
Oh,
and punish
yeah.
you guys if you misbehave.
Especially watch Emma.
We can just disconnect the computers.
Oh my god.
What?
Did you just see what they did?
It's Kevin's award.
Kevin's work.
Ohio State shouldn't have won last week.
How
They're
did he
lucky
color that
Indiana
so
bottled
fast?
that snap or whatever.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they did.
Go Bucks.
Why?
Hey, what goes on? Hey, what goes on the bottom of the
America.
day?
Ohio State's really working
What goes on
hard.
the other day?
They beat Illinois by 10.
I know, but Jordan knows how to do Exactly.
They were good with that Witch guy, they were so bad.
I don't even know how many seconds
I'm
it's in
going
one day.
under there.
No.
I'm going to Illinois this year. I don't know. Illinois or Iowa, I don't know.
I would be
Iowa has some lots of games.
16 years there.
Well, they will.
How many days are in
I got 16 years. Sierra, the husband of Illinois. Illinois is great. Thank you.
Ohio State does not. It does not. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is good.
There's nothing like them, you're crazy.
Nebraska.
Well, I'm at work. I'm forced to like Notre Dame. If they don't win, it's I have what?
Pat President.
Yeah, I have not been at work when he
Why is there
lost
another
yet,
box
but
right
he
there?
says he's bad.
Hey, freshman,
So
What?
what?
are you willing to come to the computer and help me?
I will.
Cool, come on up.
This is the ugliest quiet I've ever heard.
Rocky started fighting
We're not
me.
talking about this. We're talking about
All right, so
Wait.
I have all of my labels in, but I'm not using all the boxes. And oh, you know why? Because I didn't notice the equal sign.
Yeah.
So tell me where I need to go from here then.
16 years, it's over 1.
How come?
Because it's the given, it's just 16 years.
Okay.
Mary, you're
Now
on
I'm
the
gonna
wall.
guess here that I need to put in
Oh.
those 365 days, right?
You're on the wall up there.
Oh, that's okay.
Not exactly.
What do you mean?
Not exactly.
You're cutting into their 5 minutes of work time, because it's over now.
I'm done.
I'm
already done.
All right, the rest of you. Stop, zip,
Oh, this
turn your
can't
head, and follow along.
No, it's 365 days in 1 year.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
There's 366.
5 and a quarter, right?
Yep.
It is?
How often do we have a leap year?
Every 4 years.
Which makes it?
365.
I told you. There's a day.
All right.
I hate it when I'm right.
I'm gonna raise her up here, okay?
That means I have to be.
Oh, no, I have to redo.
You think I screwed up?
No.
Okay. So 1 hour is gonna be 60 seconds. And 1 second is going to be, see, and this is where I'm losing myself.
Yeah, you forgot the minutes.
Right?
You forgot the minutes in an hour.
Oh, for the laws. Why can't we just go to seconds?
Because
You did
I don't know how. Oh, it's 360, but you should probably just do this.
Because the top and the bottom have to be equal to each other.
Yeah.
Or it's not a conversion factor, it's some crap you made
Yeah.
up.
Awesome. Did I do that right?
Yeah.
Now what do I have to do?
You have to go to the equals, the top one, and you push equal,
Okay.
and then you click on the 16,
What did you do?
and then you push the times button, which is like shift 8,
I am freaking
Oh,
out.
shift 8. All right. There we go.
and then you push the 365.25,
Right.
and then times, and you just
I
keep going.
follow along.
Yep. And then just push equal. Just push
It
yes.
doesn't like me. Oh, I know what I did wrong.
Wait, I didn't get that.
Yeah, you have the time here. And it should give you the right answer.
I can't see it.
But I don't have the right answer yet because my
Well, you have
my
to-
math teacher is going to count at least a point off.
You have to label it.
Okay. Does that look right? Does it make sense?
Yes.
How do you add them all together?
You write a formula.
Oh, there. I have to go change them.
Awesome. What do you have to change here? You just help me.
I forgot the .25.
Oh.
You are getting dirt everywhere.
I can't see that.
Emily, how'd you get that number again?
That was awesome. Let's do the next one.
No. What was the big number? What's the next one? What was that big number? I would not.
They don't put the label last time. Second. Oh, that's a good number. Second. It was second. Wait, no. 16 years.
Those of you who are not math people, did you notice where I started?
Can you zoom in on that?
Jesse. What? How are you doing this? I am so confused.
Okay. Can I start the next one?
Wait, I need better questions. Don't just throw my phone through the wall. How are you doing that?
Wait, how do you
Yes.
Click equal.
You just push. So that's what we do.
In the
is
box,
we
you
stand
push
there.
equals, then you select the 16, push the shift 8, then select the next one, shift 8 until you're done.
What's that? Wait, one person at a time.
Guys,
Number?
I know you're used to asking Emily. That ain't gonna help solve your problem.
Yeah.
That's
Move
only
your
gonna
mouse.
get you the answers this time.
Your mouse is in the way.
I know.
There's more than my
No,
mouth.
that's there now.
Those of you who aren't math people, did you see where I started?
You filled out the labels first.
I did. I had to put the labels in.
That's 365.25, so.
What is it doing?
Macy, turn around.
Why you got a phone?
Yeah, but you and Brent have been talking all day. Brent's been talking. I've been assuming that it's been you. Did not talk to you? And questions I love, okay? I had bad timing on when I told
Seconds.
because of you guys about talking. I apologize. Okay? Yes, you have to multiply all these. Put that equal sign in there so it's screwed up. You can have two equal signs.
I haven't even started. What did you get?
They all have two times. Yeah. Go with the math. I showed you the commas.
I don't know.
Because a lot of people try that and it's wrong.
2 liters, gallons. I did not get that.
Flip on those Texas.
Well, you multiply across the bottom, so it's all one.
I got
There, I've started. What? Pretty sure it's Jamie.
Freshman,
What?
ready to move on?
No, probably. Wait, what's the last one?
How did we multiply them?
Oh, it's 100.
How do we multiply them? All formulas start with,
Equals. Equals.
all formulas start with equals. You hit equals, go click on your first number that's all the way on the left.
Whoa, what am I doing?
So you have equals and then you have a cell reference. Nope, what are we doing? You wanna be there, right? That's where you want your answer to show up? Equals,
No research.
oh wait, that's not gonna work, is it? Maybe it will.
That
Does it scroll? Yeah, it does. 16,
What? No,
shift, gives you a time sign, right?
Next one, I go from gallons to quart.
And then we wanna go find the next number.
not necessary, Rogers.
65,
Easy out.
8,
$1.
24, keep going,
Then we really went to
shift, 8,
Yeah.
is that your last one? And you got them all in there? Hit enter when you're done. Now, click in that box. Here's what you need to know, freshman.
Still got the same number.
I went to go type in ounces.
Okay.
I don't understand.
I am over
Well.
being nice. No, I'm not overwhelmed, I'm far from overwhelmed.
Oh.
I'm underwhelmed by your intensity. Completely and totally underwhelmed. Your focus is not what it should be today. And if somebody has to have detention before you can get focused, I can help you out with that. If you can focus on your own, then more power to you. And life is good. And nobody has to be mad.
Good question, what do you want us to save this as?
It had a label when, it had a name when you got it.
What was it?
Factor label 12.
No.
Yeah, that's.
Factor label conversion?
It said factor label underscore 1, right?
I have 12.
I have 12.
Oh, because it's the second time I uploaded number 1, so it added a 2 on it. Yep.
So you want to ask 12 or?
I prefer it was at 1, but I understand if you put it as 12. This should be the back end. On the front end should be
Oops.
your last name, your first name,
Yeah.
and VHS with underscores in between all of them. So, and the reason for that is, do you remember?
Because you have 3 different schools.
Yeah.
Yes, but when I pull them all down,
You have 3 different schools?
they go in alphabetical order if you do this right.
I'm just starting.
And I have 2 schools. I had 3 schools last year.
Well, you only have school.
Anyway, when you get to the end here, and you click on that formula, and you look in the formula bar, it should tell you exactly what's going on. If you click in the formula bar, it should show you. And those of you that think like Mary, and you have to see stuff, it turns the B6 blue, it puts a blue box around B6. And it says, I'm gonna take this number times green E6 times pink 24 times orange 60 times green 60, and I'm gonna put the answer right there. That's what that formula says. Go get this one, multiply by these.
What do we do with that number?
That number is your answer, is it not?
Yes, it is.
We also need to multiply across the bottom. So, you know, in grade school, when you learned how to multiply fractions, you had to multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom. And over here you do what?
Let's help you get it in the red
Hey,
box.
wait.
Why is
What's this, math?
Because you have to put equal in that. Or how do you put that in the red box? Oh, okay.
In between these two,
Yeah.
there's another one, there's another button this big. Hit the pull down. Go to the bottom, hit custom. It should be borders, right?
I'm not on this.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't- I
Okay,
don't
no,
get
it's not in
yours.
between them. It's on the other side.
Yours is over there?
Oh.
Okay, mine is in here, but when I plug into this thing,
I mean, it is
my
right
screen
there.
gets bigger?
Yeah, that's,
my screen gets bigger and that thing goes away for some reason. When I plug
Where?
in.
okay.
Okay, I don't know if I did this right.
Are you there? You're there.
Somebody help me multiply these.
Hit pull down arrow.
Oh,
I just typed in the answer right there.
Okay, I'll just do that.
Here's how fast it's gonna be. There's what color it's gonna be. Tell
5,
it to go
0,
outline.
4.
So 5,
Go all the way around, whatever size
5,
you
0,
pick.
4.
You can pick the dotted line and then click all the way around.
Oh, you didn't type that twice. Yeah.
What'd you get?
No.
Wait, 5, 0, 4.
It doesn't do that until you hit OK or click.
Pretty sure.
Well, I'm wondering how'd you get that in the box?
That's a formula.
No, Slim.
And that's what I need to talk to the whole group about.
Emily, that's Mr. Schneider's.
Are you talking about, yes,
And then
the way bottom, you can choose whatever heck you want.
so you just do
No.
that.
Nope,
No.
all borders.
No.
And then you get this. And you can choose
It's
the
Mr. Schneider.
super fat
Come by Slim.
all the way around. You can choose dotted line all the way around, whatever you wanna do.
He doesn't want us. Do you want us to Slim?
That's because Mary is his wife.
Grade school math, multiplying fractions. This top number
Yeah.
came from multiplying all the top numbers.
Yes, it did.
This bottom number came from,
Multiplying the bottom numbers.
and this final answer came from
There. Well, yeah.
top divided by the bottom. In this case, you're dividing by 1. So, Mr. Schneider was about ready a minute ago to go to the next problem.
Oh, no. Can I do it?
Maybe.
Hey, I don't know if I got the right answer for this. I
Well, we
think it
got
worked
the same
right.
But we got the same one.
Do you wanna come up and show us what you did and we can see if it's right or not?
Is that the tan one?
You're the one that wanted to do it.
Somebody come to do the work for the yellow one?
Yeah. Can I just tell you from here?
Nope, volunteers are victims.
Oh, I need to go to bed.
Amanda, are you volunteering?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Help me out, cause I screwed up.
Okay. If I can get out.
In Armour, we have a keep your bags out of my stupid room rule. We might have to have that same rule here.
Okay, I think we already do.
Yeah, we're supposed to put them up there.
Mary, I like being there, but I don't think units first. I have to, or else I get so lost, but now I think I've screwed something up, because I don't know how many liters are in a milliliter.
I think she's doing this.
I don't think that I should
There's
know.
100 milliliters in a liter.
Are you sure?
Yes.
That's
Is it 100 or 1,000?
Thousand.
Is it 1,000?
Oh,
It's
yeah?
1,000.
Is it 1,000? Dang it, I got it somehow.
There's 100 centiliters in a liter.
What's the thing, who knows what the, so King Henry did something, right?
Yep.
King Henry, what did he do? Did he eat pie?
Who's king?
Metric system,
Hey,
people.
Emily,
You had to memorize them, right?
3.124.
I mean,
No.
3.14.
3.14159.
I just did that.
2675 something.
No. King Henry dances during Christmas Mass.
Dances
Okay.
during Christmas Mass.
Kilo, hecto,
Yeah,
deca,
okay.
Is that thing talking?
deci, centi,
Hey,
milli.
where's your drink?
So,
Hey, you said we can use the internet, and that's a liter.
I need to read it the right then, right?
Pardon me, Mary?
I'm asking the kids, I need to do 3 to the right then, right? So I need to do, this is gonna be 1, but then I need to go 3 to the right with my zeros?
Yeah.
With the decimal point.
1, 2, 3.
Is that what you wanted her to do, Amanda?
Yeah. But I don't have the ounces on there. I skipped
Amanda, where do I go from there then?
You can't do that.
Why?
Because,
I used all the boxes though.
do you know how many ounces are in a liter?
No.
That's why.
Oh, give me nothing, and I'm like, no.
That's why you can't use that.
I used milliliters.
But if you don't know how many ounces are in a liter, how did you get to milliliters?
Hey,
Where did that come from?
can we see your bottle?
Yeah,
We have some that at home, and it's like 18 fluid ounces, isn't it? No.
Wait a minute, who just asked if they could see your bottle?
Sierra and
There's
Haley.
2 people, Sierra and Kaylee.
Tap them on the back. That was actually a pretty good use of their environment.
That's not bad at all.
Well, you
It's
told us
1
not to
quart
look
and
anything up.
1.8 fluid ounces.
That's a quart.
It's
So
a
then you
quart
have to figure out
and
how many quarts or
1.8
ounces
fluid
are a quart.
ounces. And it's
Can I just go to bed?
got condensation all over.
32 fluid ounces in 1 quart. I like strawberry better.
Yeah, I did fluid.
I don't like
ounces.
wild cherry. It tastes.
Is that the same thing?
Do I,
Yes.
okay, so correctly, do I have to put fluid there?
No. They're the same thing, aren't they?
Hey, Mr.
No.
Schneider, for 20-minute blocks,
No,
how many
ounces
minutes or
is
more?
weight.
There,
Fluid
you've got
ounces.
Getting my math lesson done, 'cause I'm always behind.
They're the same measure, aren't they?
No, they're not.
Ounces are weight. Ounces
All right,
are
these
ounces.
are, I go from there.
Okay, by or above the milliliters in the fluid ounce one, I put 1. It's
Why?
because milliliters is the bigger thing. Or did I get that messed up?
What's bigger, 1 fluid ounce or 1 milliliter?
It's should be.
If this thing has 33.8 fluid ounces and 1 liter,
They're gonna be a little
is a
bit bigger.
milliliter bigger than a fluid ounce?
No.
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 A fluid ounce should be 29.574 milliliters, so 29.57 should be below the 1 fluid ounce.
Oh,
I
Did
got
you
that
just
right.
Google
this
that?
here,
Then I
and I need to change this to 29.574.
Yep.
Tell me why I did that.
Because it's up there, it's 29.574 milliliters equals 1 fluid
All right,
ounce.
guys, I'll be very honest with you, this is where I start to get screwed up.
You should be
If
trying
you
to
look
learn
on
this.
Here, we put 1 on the bottom of all of these, and down here, we're switching that up a little bit. So are we right?
Yeah, because you still need to cancel out the milliliters.
Okay.
So, Mary, go back and highlight 1 fluid ounce and the milliliters that are underneath it.
Okay.
What did she just highlight?
1 fluid ounce.
What's that thing called?
Conversion factor.
It's a conversion factor, and the top has to,
Cancel out.
the top has to
Be the same as the bottom.
be exactly the same as the bottom. Did we write down a truth here, or did we write down a lie?
We wrote down a true.
As long as these are all the same on the top and the bottom, you're good to go. You can't mess it up. These things are idiot-proof if you just follow the rules I gave you.
Alright, so I'm gonna put an answer in here and you tell me if I'm right. So I'm following what you guys are trying to tell me here. Is that right?
Yes.
Class,
Yes. Yeah.
I got about 4 answers, they all said yes.
Yep.
Alright. So from here, you're telling me, uh-oh. I have no idea.
Four quarts.
What did I tell you to find?
The big
Find the big one. Which one's the big one, Amanda? A gallon's the big one. The big one gets a
one.
1. So if you put 1 in front of the gallons, can you screw this up after that?
No.
It's pretty much idiot-proof, isn't it?
We could, you know, if you were.
Well, you're 9th graders, you know there's 4 quarts in a gallon, right? But if you're going too fast,
Is the top one 1?
if you just stop and think about which one is the big one, you pretty much goof-proof things.
Alright, so now what? Oh, now there's that equal sign, so I can do math, right?
Equations.
Oh my goodness, look at you guys. So, if I remember from what we did before, somebody tell me if I screw this up, okay? Oh my goodness, see, I'm screwing it up already.
Yep.
You put plus instead of times.
Oh, good catch.
Oh,
Is she done?
no.
How can you tell?
Don't you have
She doesn't have the gallon because there's no box around it, right?
Yes.
And that's because she's double-clicked into that cell.
So is that right?
Yes. Yes. That's
Well,
what I
yeah.
got. Well, you have to
do
look at these though.
Pick your math, guys.
and these bottom ones?
That's good.
Oh, that's coming up next. We'll get there. What's the next thing that has to happen? A formula just like that on the bottom. That multiplies everything, even if they're ones.
She did put the one in
Mr. Schneider, you come
It
tell me.
doesn't need a label down there because they all cancel
It
out.
doesn't need a label. Tell me why it doesn't need a label.
They all cancel out on the
I'll
bottom.
shut the door. See, you say that, but I don't know what you mean by that.
What's up?
Like
I don't know, look at it.
the liters cancel out, and then the milliliters cancel out, and then the fluid ounces cancel out, and then the quarts cancel out. So there's nothing left on the bottom.
Boxes?
Interesting. So now what do I do?
What's up?
You have to do 2,000 divided by that to get the gallons.
Right here. So this one is upside down. The 29 goes on the top.
That's-
The bottom.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta do that one first.
Huh.
It's like
So you all got
Two
it?
on the bottom. Then you got 4 on the bottom.
How do you put it in the red box?
Then you're good.
I do.
Now when you hit enter,
I don't know about that.
you can change it to 2,000. So it's
I wanna
2,000.
make a
I'm
liter
just
more
gonna leave
than.
it. It says that they found a
Isn't 2 liters
typo.
closer?
Just push
No, you
OK.
you gotta do the same thing on the bottom.
I fell.
Everybody having a multiplication problem on the top and the bottom?
Yep.
And then at the end in the red box, you did the top answer divided by the bottom answer?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
on
what it
the
is.
next, on number 3, don't we need another times box?
And is 2 liters about the same as half a gallon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait.
Almost.
Just common sense?
Oh, I
Yeah.
did it.
If we had 4 of these, would that be about a gallon?
Little of.
So 2 of them would be about half a gallon? Give or take? Because it says 1 quart and 1.8 fluid ounces, so if we round that off to a quart, wouldn't we need 4 of these to make a gallon?
Yeah.
So then 2 of these to make half a gallon makes sense? And we know our answer makes sense, so we must be right.
But this one is second.
You should always try and apply some common sense to your answer if you can.
It's just that one.
I'm on the third one.
And they all have to do the bottom one themselves, right?
Yeah.
We don't have much
Yes, you
time.
do. The bottom one, however, I made an error.
Uh-oh.
The bottom one has 2 equal signs. Take the first on the left equal sign, turn it into a time sign. And then you can either do big kid math and write one formula that does all the math you have to do, or you can change the end of that. You know what I mean? Let me, put mine back up.
Oh, you want mine up there?
Nope, I'm good. I just need to go change my view a little bit.
I fixed it. How do you fix it? What's that?
Like that.
I used the format page.
Crap. This one needs to be a time sign. You can put your answer right here, or you can do the top and the bottom and then put in another equal sign and then put another answer over to the right. I don't care which way. You can do it any way you want. If you're good enough with math, you should probably try and write one formula that does all of this math all at one time. If you're worried about messing that up, then just don't. Do a top and a bottom. And then come over here, put in another equal sign, and then take the top divided by the bottom. But you have 7 minutes of class, and I want this in their modal before you go.
Oh my god. I need serious help.
I should have this last
I'm not good at math.
You have to do something. You have to do this. You have to submit it.
Oh my god.
Show us what you got.
You guys, it took us less than 7 minutes to do it all together as a class.
That's because,
That's because you guys are smart.
Don't freak.
I'm gonna freak.
What have I got?
For class.
What can I turn it into? What have I got? What can I turn it into? 2 more times. What have I got? What can I turn it into? What have I got? What can I turn it into? Do the math.
Oh my gosh, that's so much.
That's all it is. Same thing over and over and over again. I got this, I can turn it into that.
Can I change it to meters?
No. I wouldn't, but you would.
No.
You have to do this, I'm not helping. Stop talking.
We just do.
Stop talking. Whoa. Quiet. Procedural? Do you have a procedural question?
Well, I was just wondering.
I'm not gonna tell you if that's right or wrong.
I mean, like,
Oh
I
my
have
god.
to pick the.
Why is this all hashtag?
I don't know. Do what you do. And
It's
turn it
only
in.
hashtaggy because your cell is too small.
Hashtag. Okay.
Hashtag what? Ooh, that looks like a honeycomb.
And it looks like it's making it.
People.
It's like a machine gun.
Time's running. Time don't wait for you. You might want to get her done.
I've been asking you.
I'm not gonna tell you.
No, I'm asking you something else. Nothing is.
Can I ask the answer?
I'm asking you.
Freshman, shut up.
So did the.
Okay, Slim, stop sharing your screen for a second.
Gosh, I'm done.
It's just a plain
So,
It looks like.
just go. Get your answers in there. Quit worrying about whether the X looks funny or not. Yep. Do everything you possibly can. Sorry, go ahead.
What if we can't finish it?
Doesn't look like it.
Finish it. If you can't finish it, the bell rings, you hit submit. And you're done.
Did we get an F?
Ooh. What?
I told you you're supposed to be learning it more than once today.
I am, but it ain't working.
We have to know where you're at so we know what to do next. say this. It's already got a name. Leave that in there.
Oh,
Get rid of the two at the end.
that's from my brother.
Because you have, yeah. Let's just escape. Go ahead. I'll say it. You're done, right?
Wait a minute. How many movies is there? How many movies? How old are they? I don't know.
Okay. So for your lesson, on this one first
Oh my gosh.
Here you go. And then this would be accepted. So this one's back here. Last name, first name, school, underscore factor, underscore label, underscore what? You're done.
Yeah.
Turn it in.
Okay.
So when you gonna do your master test?
I'll find you.
Just get it over with. No homework.
Yeah.
Kitty, you feeling better today? No?
He was behind me again.
They look like craters on me.
Sorry. So the doc said he got you.
Just that.
Is that what had you upset last time? You gonna be alright?
Hey, I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna be in Steele's room.